Hey folks, welcome to Money Me. My name is Pat Dees. I appreciate you taking time to check out my channel, and hey, if you guys could like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. On this channel we talk about all things money, not just stocks, not just options, real estate, 401k. One of the videos I wanted to do today, and that is basically about collecting and buying and selling of baseball cards.
1938. Tops grew out of a Brooklyn kitchen with penny-apiece tabs of gum called change makers. Add Bazooka Joe and his motley crew, wrap it in comics, and the bubble starts to grow. In 49, Tops starts to include photo cards inside packs of gum. 1950 hits, and the first Tops cards include sports stars of the day, including Phil Rizzuto, right-hander Bob Feller, and southpaw Duke Snider. And then, 1952. 1952, it exploded like bazooka bubblegum popping. A home run connecting with a bat. A light bulb went off for Americans near and far, and the modern baseball card era was born. The first annual set of baseball cards ushered in an everlasting love affair between Tops and collectors for years to come, all starting in 1952. Featuring 407 cards, the first Topps annual set proudly displayed the likes of Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson, and Bob Lemon, all in their rectangular glory. Kids clamored for wax packs near and far, 6 cards in a pack, and a slab of bubblegum for a nickel. These cards are the first with team logos, simulated player autographs on the fronts, and bios and stats on the back. 1952, Topps cards set the standard for the booming industry. From baseball came entertainment. Star Wars.
As you guys know, with the pandemic last year, a lot of things were shut down. People were at home. They were buying things online. Baseball cards, Pokemon, all those cards shot through the roof. So today's subject is going to be about vintage baseball cards. And if you notice on the screen, I have my eBay store. I do sell on eBay, been selling on eBay since 1998. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where I'm coming up with the comps on these cards, and I'm going to show you the difference of having a graded card versus having an ungraded card. So if you come across any of Dad's or vintage baseball cards and you're wondering how much they are worth or what they're going for, watch this video. So, all right, let's get into it. We're going to feature 10 cards today. Vintage, when I say vintage, pre-1975. A lot of the cards from the 50s, cards from the 60s, and one card from the 70s, which is my favorite ball player. And I'm going to feature him as the last card. So, again, I hope you enjoy this video and find it informational. And we're going to do more videos like this. And I don't want you to be concerned that when you come to my channel, Money Me, that we just talk about stocks and you know nothing about stocks, because maybe you got some Beanie Babies, maybe you got some old things that have been accumulating that you think are worth money and are collectible, and we'll touch on those subjects and talk about all things money on Money Me. So let's dig into it. The first card that we're going to feature is the 1958 Ted Williams card. Ted Williams, and these are going to be all Topps cards. In case you guys don't know, Topps has been making cards since 1952, and I think they have another year or two actually making base because another company is going to be taking over. I'm kind of sad to hear that because I've always liked baseball cards and collecting, and I like Topps products and stuff like that. But let's pull up this one. It says that what we're going to do is, if you ever check out, and the reason I'm going to use eBay. Okay, folks, sorry about that. I got interrupted by a phone call. So you never know when I'm trying to record this and somebody had called me, so that's all right. So I'll connect this together, and thank you guys. I appreciate it. So getting into what I was going to talk about, the first card I'm going to feature is the 1958 Ted Williams Topps card. Now what I'm going to do is on eBay, and I'm using eBay as the platform because that's where anybody, and pretty much anybody can buy and sell on. You don't need to, there are big places out there will auction off $300,000, $400,000, $1 million cards. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person that wants to buy and sell cards in their house using the eBay platform. So that's why I'm featuring eBay. So we're going to go to advanced, which is this. We're going to look at not what's listed, what is sold. So the 1958, and I'm going to feature above me always the card, so you know what the card is in the picture. And I will feature a PSA graded one, and I want to show you guys the difference. Now here is a 1958 Topps. Let's see. I'm looking at a couple here. I want to make sure that I get one that's really like. Oh, this one says ungraded. Like this guy just sold this November 18th, a couple days ago from when I'm recording this. You can see there's a bunch listed on here, but let's see. His just sold for $37, 12 bids. That's pretty rough, though. I mean, look at the corners. You could see the corners around it here. Me, personally, I wouldn't pay $37 for that. And I'm even surprised I got that, because, look, I like about eBay, you can zoom in on that. And, I mean, just look at that. That's a rough-looking card to be getting $37 for. So I'm kind of surprised by that one. So let's see if we can find a better card that sold that is not graded. That one looks like it has a signature on it. Oh, here's a better one. Yeah, look at this one. $171.50, much better. Man, that other one, I was like $37 for that. But you could see, just, you know, you don't have to be smart to know that looking at a card. If you look at the border, first of all, and that's one of the things that you want to look at. And I'm not going to repeat this on every card as far as border and corners and things like that. But you want to look at corners, you want to look at borders, you want to look at the surface, make sure there's no creases, no rounded edges. And you can see here, looking at this, that the border is larger at the top and the right. So basically that's called off-centered. So the border on the left is thinner and on the bottom is thinner than that's on the top. So basically, but now you look at the back, and the back is the same way. So pretty much that is consistent as far as the border on the right. So that wasn't aligned right. But that card still went ungraded for $171.50. Like I said, I'm not going to get into all the details of every card because we could be here for an hour, but we are going to touch on this subject for a while, and I hope that you guys, we are featuring 10 cards, so we're going to spend about 3 to 5 minutes per card, and these were just 10 cards that I picked, and I tried to pick a good random amount, and these are vintage cards, pre-1975. So let's go back now. Let's go back to a Ted Williams graded card. So $171.50. I'm going to write this down because I'm going to make a hold on, let me grab a piece of paper here. Okay, yep. This way I'm going to show you the difference, and I'm going to put the graphics in there along with the card. $171.50 ungraded Ted Williams. And then I'm going to show you the difference of a graded one. Now, I mean, here's a perfect example of a number 4 that was almost pretty much looked like exactly that other card that was ungraded, $194.50. 3, a 1.5. We're really trying to. We're going to really try to find a high grade. Now here's a 7. Here's a 7. Now look at this. 4 Sharp Corners is based in Massachusetts. I have personally bought cards from them before. So here we go. Here is a grade 7. Now you can see the difference in the centering on that card. Much better. Much better. That card is considered a near mint. And that sold on November the 7th for $1,179. And that was a grade near mint 7. Okay, so that's the difference. That if you're going to, I mean, there you had that other card, $171.50 ungraded, and almost $1,200 graded 7. Now, keep in mind that other one, even if that was sent into PSA, it probably wouldn't have come out as a 7 because of the, the off center. But it still would have probably done much higher. I mean, that card that sold for $37. Here's one that's graded poor that sold for 52. Is it 52? Yeah, I think so. 52. And let's look at that real quick. Yeah, look at that. Look at the corners. I mean, beat up. Look at the top there. You can basically almost see the cardboard. vary. The coloring. I don't even know why someone would send this one in, but they did. And sometimes people like to just say they have a low quality of any player. So, okay, so the next player we're going to feature is Sandy Koufax, the 1966 Topps. Again, these are going to be all Topps cards. 1966 Sandy Koufax Topps. See how I'm typing that in there? Oh, I put in sand. We got to put in Sandy. Okay. So 66 Sandy Koufax. There was a one sold for $30, $60. It's a nice. That's not that, from real quick looking at that. That looks like a pretty nice card. So maybe we'll use that as the feature card. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty sharp looking card. So that sold for $60. That looks like not a bad card. There's a little bit of slight surface here on the corner I've noticed, but that looks like a pretty on the back. Yeah, on the only issue is on the back, it doesn't have a border on this side at the top there. And I don't know if all the cards did that in 1966 or this on the back should have been slightly shifted down, because there looks like there should be a natural border right here, but it didn't continue here. That this peach, I'm going to say, should have probably been a little bit more down here. But, you know, hey, they were mass producing these cards. And so that one we're going to say ungraded. What was that? $60. Okay. So let's look at the graded one, PSA. Let's type in PSA. PSA is a company that grades cards. So if you guys are new to this or watching and wondering where they came up with that. Now this one looks like, it says miscut. So let's see. Wow, that almost exactly looks, yeah, we're going to stick with this one. Yep. You can see here on the back that the pink is a little bit even less of a white border up here, but very similar to that ungraded card. So that card sold on, let's see, November, doesn't say, but just recently. We're going to say $130, and that it was we're rounding up a penny, and that was a 6 miscut. So see the difference in the value of the cards of $60 not graded, $130 on that one. The next card that we're going to feature is the 1968 Nolan Ryan card. Nolan Ryan Topps. Now, if we don't type in Topps, you're going to get all kinds of cards from that year. That's why we have to type in Topps, because there was many card companies that sold cards, and that's not what we're looking for. Now we're seeing some things, and there's where you got to be careful. See, reprint, and you got to know. Wow, look at this one. This I'm going to feature this one, just because the price is so high. $2,739 ungraded, and that is again 68 Nolan Ryan, and up above you'll see me, in case you guys aren't paying attention, where I'm going to put the ungraded price and the graded price and the grade. So I'm going to go back through, when I edit this, I will add all that back in. So look at this. I mean, that's a good looking card. Nolan Ryan and ungraded. $2,700. That was a good price for that. All right, let's go back and look at the PSA graded ones. Let's find a PSA. That would probably come in at a 7, I would assume. As you can see, there's a 2 rated 541. But we want to find something similar to that. That card sold for $27.39. We got to find one that honestly that people feel, whoa, look at this one. Oh, Venezuela. They had a card down there. $30,000. Woo! Okay, so here's one that I consider would probably be close to that one, just looking at it quickly. So this is a Nolan Ryan grade 7.5. Yeah, it looks very similar to the one that was ungraded, but look at the difference in the price. Look at the difference. $4,152. A near mint 7.5. 7.5. So roughly 60% more for that card. Okay. Again, we're going to keep it short and simple. 5 minutes on each card. The next card is going to be a 1969 Reggie Jackson, one of my favorite players. PSA tops. Again, these are all tops, not Donruss, Flair, anything like that. So we're looking for his card not graded. That is, really okay. Here's one. So we're going to feature. That's going to be the one that will feature. Reggie Jackson, 69 Reggie Jackson, and ungraded. Again, ungraded first. It's a little rough at the edges. See that? A little rough at the edges. Oh, 2. Look at that. I'm glad I bought this up because, we can't bring up every card. But here's what I'm going to be saying with that, and I just thought about this. Please, please don't go and buy cards. I would pass on this card with this pinhole. So basically what happened was someone had a tack and had it tacked in somewhere up on a board or something like that. I personally would have not bought this card for $83. And it says card has a pinhole at the top. Card is an okay, fair to better, and yet it sold for that kind of money. I'm actually shocked that it did, and it had a pinhole, and I'm going to note that pinhole. And got that kind of money. To me, that probably would only grade at a 2 or a 3. So with that being said of that grade, let's pull up that graded card at a 2 and see what the difference would be. PSA 2. It's not even in there at a 2, let's say. It probably might not be. So a 5, a 3 was 210. To me, with that pinhole, I don't know why anybody would buy that, but they did. Oh, look at that. An 8 is $3,500. But what I'm trying to do is look for a comparison. Here's a 2. I knew I could find a 2. Okay, so a 2, and the 2 grade is good. Oh, and MK, that's kind of rough. But we're going to say it's without the pinhole. So a 2 came in and sold for $99. So that was slightly more. I wouldn't have paid $83 for that other one. You could see here the edges are rough. The edges here are rough. And these are all sales just recently. As I'm filming this, this is in November. So I'm surprised that that one sold for, but who knows? Somebody wanted it, and they got it. Okay, next player is a 1963 Pete Rose. We all know Pete Rose, the guy that got in trouble for betting on baseball. 1963 Pete Rose. That's a reprint. Wow, look at that. Okay, so we're going to feature this one, $1,000. Look at that. And that card is rough on the edges. Look at the edge up there. The crease. I can't believe that some people are paying this kind of money. The problem that creates is everybody then thinks their cards are worth more than they really are. And it's funny because the print back then was, the dot, I guess like a dot matrix that they used for, really doesn't show the details of their face when you zoom in and stuff like that. But $1,000, wow. All right, let's go back to graded one. PSA. Here's just quick scanning. A 6 is $3,200. Wow. 7.5, 7,000. I know I've seen some big ones. Okay, look at this one. Here we go. And this is what I'm showing you to be picky on the cards. The one I showed you that was $1,000 doesn't compare at all to this one that I'm going to show you, because this one is a graded 7 and sold for near mint. Sold for $8,700. $8,700. Okay, so let's zoom in, hover to zoom. But see how me personally, if I'm going to collect, I'm going to buy. I want to buy the best ones. This person took a lot of good pictures. You can see they're using their cell phone. You can see the shadow. In New Jersey and New York, I'm from Pennsylvania. Sports cards is one of the top selling 5 categories on eBay. Prices are definitely going down from what they were a year ago, because now people are starting to spend. The money's dried up, but people are but they're always going to be a certain value of certain cards. So, all right. So the next card we're going to feature is, and these are people I know, and I just picked randomly, but I always liked Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker, they called him Mr. Baseball, and how I found Bob Uecker years ago was he got involved in wrestling. The WWE as a commentator a couple times, and there's a lot of graded cards for him there. Did I type PSA? Yeah, I typed PSA. Okay, so let's show you the PSA real quick. So 62 Bob Uecker PSA. Look, $9,000, 123, 760. So let's focus. But see the difference here. Look, when you quick look at this. A 4 could be $285 and a 7 is $760. $500 difference pretty much, just from a 4 to a 7. So let's focus on the 4, which is graded. And I'm trying to really make sure that we're not just focusing on 7s or 8s. Really trying to show you that one is very good to excellent. That one was $285, and really trying to show you. The corners are a little bit of wear there, that white. You see that little bit of white? If you guys are interested in finding about PSA, check their website out. They're not sponsoring this or nothing. If they were, I'd even put something over. I wish maybe one day I can get them to sponsor the video. If you guys don't know, I have a reselling channel, The Traveling Picker, Pat D's, and my interest in baseball cards has always been there. And I've actually interviewed some of the Topps artists this past year who are working on the Topps Project 20 and 70. So Topps celebrated 70 years this year. So, all right. Let's see if we can find that. 150. Yeah, now this one, somebody is saying that it was very good, but that's their opinion. Don't go by what they say. Yeah, this corner. Yeah, see, I don't like that crease. See that crease right there on the bottom? And you can see here on the my picture is blocking here. There's on top. So that to me, it went for 158. I don't think it's worth it. If I'm going to be the end collector, I want to make sure that the cards I'm buying. Now, there's 2 purposes to this. You come across cards, you want to know the value. The best thing to do is really look on eBay and see and do your homework. See what things are selling for. This card's in good shape. This card was $450. This one I would consider. It says rated excellent near mint. This card probably graded is $1,000. This card's in good shape. It's just got slight small, but the back looks clean. There's no gum. I don't know what year they did gum, but okay. So that's the 63 Bob Uecker. Okay, the next card is going to be the 1965 Mickey Mantle, and I love that card. And Mickey Mantle will actually be the person who's featured twice on this list, just because he is. Everybody knows Mickey Mantle, and everybody knows about the 1952 Mickey Mantle. So, 1965 Mickey Mantle card. Let's find the one that I'm looking at. Right here. There we go. So, a 1965 Mickey Mantle, this one. Wow. And that's amazing. That's still even going. Mickey Mantle cards go for good money, though. Especially, but you gotta know what you're looking for, the right card. Cause see the little damage there on the edge, and then there's a crease. There's basically 2 creases there. And I don't know if it's just the picture here. I don't like that white in that white area there, it looks like a little bit of surface damage in the corner. In the corner, the edge is a little rough, but most of the damage on the card is in this area. And yet, oh, and there's some damage on the back. Wow. Look at that. See, those are tape marks. Someone had this taped somewhere. So, wow, for that card to go for $102.50, would have gone for a lot more, actually, probably not having those tape marks. And, excuse me, I'm going to show you the difference in now a graded one. Yeah, look at this. And I'm featured PSA graded. Someone is saying this is not PSA. What they're doing, PSA has a certain look. That's not PSA. That's SGC. That's a company I think based in Florida. They're using PSA regradable, but that's, you know what? Don't overpay. To me, Beckett and PSA are the top two. If it's not graded PSA, I'm not paying PSA. So now here's one. Here's a comparable. This is a 2.5. So maybe compared to that one that we just looked at, yeah, this is one that is basically similar exactly to that. All right, so that one is a 2.5, good, and that sold for. And I'm gonna look at the back real quick. That one sold, what did it say it sold for? Okay, $300 or best offer. So it was a $300 best offer one. All right, so let's pull up real quick on this one. We'll pull up, let's say if we can find a 7 and see what the difference is. Yeah, look at that. 7 is $2,000. So where you got a $250, $300 card at 2.5, now you got a $2,000 card at. And I'll feature that too. 2,000. We're just saying 2,000. It was 2,287, but a 7 near mint 7 was $2,000. So I mean, that's the difference. That's where you got to do your homework. Don't let people fool you. Oh, this is a $2,000 card, and yeah, that's if it's graded. It's this. That's not a graded card. So, okay, the next person I'm going to feature is the 1952 Willie Mays. Tops again. 1952. Willie Mays. Whoa, look at that one. Whoa. Now here's one that's graded by that company, SGC. We'll feature that one because I want to show you that this card must be so hard to find. Look at that. Graded by... Okay, let me write this down. 52 Willie Mays. Graded... Let me see. What was the grade on that? Graded Ford SGC 40. Grade 40. Very good 3. And the card sold for $4,800. Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can find the regular not graded. Yeah, PSA has them in here too, see? 4,000, 5,000. That's a sought after card, apparently, because I haven't even come one that's ungraded yet. Some of these are the Project 20 that you're seeing. The people did art and stuff. Don't ever be fooled by someone says, "Oh, it's their rookie card," unless you know for sure. You got to do your homework. I mean, here's one. Look, a PSA 2. PSA, and that's what I'm going to feature. A 2, 3705, 3,700 for a 2. So could you imagine? I wonder if they ever sold a 10 on here. Let's. The 10 is the top rated card. PSA 10. Let's see if they sold any. I doubt it, but that's a 2. Let me tell you something. If a 2 is going for 4,000, I wouldn't be surprised if a 10 is 40,000. Yes, 40,000. I said it. 40,000. All right, so we're not finding it there, and for time, I don't want to focus too much on any single one card. So the next card we're going to feature is the 1954 Hank Aaron. I always liked Hank. And a little backstory, my son, we knew a guy that worked at the Topps plant, and when it was based here in Pennsylvania, and we used to be in the restaurant business, and he came in and actually gave my son an autographed card from Hank Aaron. He didn't have no use for it. He said he was an older man and gave it to my son at the time. I think my son was probably around 15 years old, and I thought, wow, that was very nice. So here's a 1954 Hank Aaron, not rated, ungraded, sold for $2,812. Hank Aaron, he just passed away, I think, this in the past year or so. And okay, I was looking over my list. I thought I had Mickey Mantle in here twice, and I don't. So I'll put a bonus card at the end. I'll put an 11th card. Look at that. There's even I mean, that's not. Wow. Jeez. All right, so let's go back and let's type in PSA. Let's add PSA to it. Look at that. $8,150. And it's amazing from a 6 to a 10 what the difference. Well, look at this. $35,000 took a best offer. We'd be guessing to know how much they took for that. 8 off cut, so I don't want to guess. But there's a 3, 3,200. Anything really in the 1952 that was key players goes for good money. 4.5. Yeah, let's feature the 4.5. 4.5. I'm trying to, like I said, show you different, very good to excellent. What was it? 6,500. Is that what it sold for? No. Yeah. Oh my gosh, 6,000. I was bouncing around so much with the prices. $6,599. Whoo! Wow. All right, my card, and this will be the 10th card. And then since I had said I had Mickey Mantle on here twice, I looked at the list wrong. I will bring up another Mickey Mantle card. So my favorite card and my favorite player is the 1973 Mike Schmidt. I wrote to him as a kid and had the chance to meet him. And I own many of his cards from 1 to 7, 7.5. And my favorite ball player. I live in Pennsylvania. Obviously he played for the Phillies. So I'm just a big fan of Mike Schmidt. So here is a Mike Schmidt 8, which is Mike Schmidt 8 is considered a near mint. I know I saw, but I thought this was pre-COVID. I know I saw. I thought a 10 sold for $40,000 a year or two ago. So that 8 went for $12.88. Let's go in and find one that's not. I actually met him probably 4 years ago or something like that. They brought him into a casino, and he was doing some autograph signing, but he would only he wouldn't autograph everything. There was a deal, and the casinos pay a lot of money to bring these guys in to do this. So Mike Schmidt Topps, let's put that in so we can get that right. Yeah, here's one not graded, $66. Here's one that looks pretty sharp. It had 44 bids. So an ungraded one. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit of white, but that could be just a little dirt on the camera. Looks like there's a little bit. I mean, I would still. It looks like there's a little bit, but that could be even a dirty lens. So I don't know. I would have maybe asked the guy. Did it on a black. Looks like a black velvet. So it went for $93.43. He might have hurt himself taking it on that velvety black background, but there does appear to be a little bit of, but that's not a bad looking card. That's not a bad looking card, and probably honestly would grade even at a 5 or a 6. It would increase that value to about $250-300. So that is my favorite card. I own several of them, and that was the 10 cards that we featured. But wait a minute. I did say I was going to feature a bonus Mickey Mantle card, so everybody knows that the 1952 Mickey Mantle card was always the hot card. Let's see if there's any 1952 Mickey Mantle cards on eBay. Let's see if there is any. Oop, I put Toops. It's Tops, Pet. Okay, Tops. That's a 52 Bowman. Let me give you a clue. A poor one will probably be great. A poor will probably go for $1,000 or $2,000. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. Oh, this one says alter. Oh, a PS2. Whoa, PSA, PS. Now I sound like the video game. I get too excited here. A PS2A2, 49,000 best offer accepted. I mean, look at this. $28,000 for which one? And it says altered. So someone must have cut something, and the PSA can pick up on it. Yeah, altered. Now, I'm not sure what they altered. I don't know. But they know. PSA is a publicly... and they've been busy. They've been so busy, they actually had to stop taking regular submissions. Here it is. PSA 1. PSA 1. $30,000. $30,000. Mickey Mantle. Maybe I'll use that as part of my thumbnail. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, let's save that image, and we're going to use that one. Wow. Well, guys, I hope you liked that video. I'm going to do more videos like this. I'll talk about more cards. I'll talk about modern players and stuff like that. But this is the first one on this channel of Money Me. I do appreciate you guys watching. There's definitely money in baseball cards. There's money in basketball cards. There's money in Pokemon. There's money in all that stuff. I know more about baseball. There's a lot of... do your homework. Look online. Don't toss those cards out all the time. Sometimes even if you go through some modern cards, you might get lucky and hit one card that could be worth than the rest of them. I just recently picked up 200,000 cards from a closed shop, and I could tell you I've been selling one card that I found in there that was a test run print on an air card that I've been getting around $20 a piece for those cards, where to the point almost all the cards that I found just in one small box will pay for everything that I bought. So thumbs up and see me again. My name is Pat Dees, and you're on Money Me.